Hello guys, and welcome to today's improvisation video. What did I just play? A beautiful piece of music. A beautiful piece of music that you know very well. That was, of course, a scale. A scale. Why do we practice scales? Why does your violin teacher, your cello teacher, or your viola teacher tell you to practice scales? Are music teachers mean? Do they like you to get you to do things that you don't want to do? Well, yes. No. They're not mean, of course. There's loads of really good reasons why we practice scales, and you probably know all about this. You probably know lots of different good reasons why we practice scales. But one of them is that they are the building blocks of pieces. They're the Lego building blocks of pieces. I'm going to play you a piece. Now that's a piece we think by J.S. Bach. Actually, he might have nicked it from somewhere, as a lot of good composers do. We think it's by J.S. Bach. Now you notice the first bit of this piece. La da 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 da. Just a scale, right? And if I know a G major scale, when I see that written down, I just think, oh yeah, well, that's just a G major scale. I can play that. The second half of the phrase that I played, that's just the top half of a G major scale. So if I know a G major scale, I can basically play that piece. And, I don't even have to really sit there and work out all of the notes. I can start to recognize scales and pieces. So that's one good reason why we practice scales. They are the Lego building blocks of pieces. And here's a way that we can get really good at scales. Here's a way that we can practice scales, which is fun, I think. And that's with our I word. Improvisation. Now, we talked last week about drawing a cat, didn't we? And we said it's kind of wrong for me to come along and look at your drawing of a cat and say, that drawing of a cat is wrong. It's wrong to draw a cat like that. But that's not to say that we can't get better at drawing a cat. It's wrong for me to say your drawing of a cat is wrong, but we can learn lots of different techniques to make our drawing even better, and that's just like improvisation. And one way that we would get better at drawing a cat is we would start simply. We would just learn how to draw the outline of a cat. Maybe just the body, like a sort of circle here, and then a circle here, and two triangles for the ears, and then we'd start to sketch in the detail. And we can use the same technique with improvisation. So here is today's task. We're going to do a lovely bit of improvisation using one note. And then when we're really good at that, we're going to introduce two notes, and then we're going to introduce more and more notes. So you'll see me do an improvisation now with one note, and then I'm going to leave some space for you to play along with the backing track, and you're just going to use the note D. Now think about all of the things that we've been talking about over the last few weeks. Can you play with the groove? Can you stick with the rhythm? Can you be creative? Can you think of at least 3 different amazing ways that you can play that D? Can you be surprising? Can you play that D in unexpected and surprising ways and surprising places? Can you be confident? Can you make sure that that D is played confidently and that the little old lady at the back of the concert hall whose hearing aid doesn't work very well can still hear it really clearly and perfectly? Here's your improvisation using just one note. Here we go. Just one note. Your turn. Nice, okay. 2 notes. D and E. My turn. top half of the scale. So just the note A. My go first. Here we go. Your go. Nice. Just the note A and the note B. My go. Love it. Let's do that one more time. My go. Now we're going to do the whole scale. Are you ready? Let's improvise together. The whole scale. 3, 4. So how did you do? How did you do with your improvisations? Did you find it was easier when you had one note? Or did you find that it was easier when you had a few notes to pick from? Some people, I think, like to just play with 1 or 2 notes. Some people like to have more ingredients, more paints to use in their picture. But it's an interesting exercise. And one of the great things about improvisation is it gives us fantastic and fun ways to practice. So next time you're practicing your scales, instead of just going up and down, see if you can come up with some tunes. See if you can introduce 1 note and then 2 notes and then 3 notes to create your own scale improvisations and your own scale tunes. Look forward to seeing you next week. That's it from me. See you soon.